What is up, everybody? It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations. And I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. Also, I host the only online show in the world for dads and fathers that is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And part of that collaboration was making me have the opportunity to reach out directly and indirectly to over 100,000 fathers last year. And as always, I like to say, you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. So monthly, we have the honor, privilege, and blessing to hang out with Sid McNairy. And for those who are used to the game, we're changing up a bit because we used to be Tuesdays. Now we're on Wednesdays because Sid has so much stuff to do. So him and I haven't chatted even offline in a minute. So we got to catch up before we dive deep into our conversation tonight. So let's welcome back, as always, to the Dr. Vibe family. Sid McNairy, how are you, my brother? What is going on?
What's up, buddy? I'm doing good.
Everything's up. What's going on?
Yeah, lots going on. First and foremost, the waves are jumping here in Jacksonville. So
you're happy.
It was great. Yeah, it was a great day. Great day.
Nice. So you've been back out on the waves regularly as always?
Yeah, I mean, we actually went down to Nicaragua. And
talk to me about this. Give us some background on this.
Well, we took people down for a retreat, the Peace and Power retreat, Power and Peace retreat, and so we went down and had a chance to really show people where, that's where Liz and I really became friends, was down in Nicaragua. So taking people there was just really great. It's like taking people to a place where you can get primal, like really dig into the soul. And some people are scared initially coming in, and that's okay, because it's like, if you want to go sip on margaritas, don't come to a retreat with Sid. You want to go sip on margaritas, go somewhere else, because we're about to get deep in the soul and see, just where we can go. I mean, otherwise it's pointless to me. Like, you can drink alcohol anytime, if I'm going to go away with people, and that I want to get down and get connected deeper to spirit. And that's what I love about Nicaragua. Like, people are like, why would you go to Nicaragua? Well, first, if you're scared, we already accomplished that, right? Like, somebody's initial fear of it is like, okay, well, you're already not living. You've never been in Nicaragua. If you look up the statistics, it is less crime-based than United States of America. So if you're scared of that, then you shouldn't leave your house. Like, you should stay at home. And so getting people, I love seeing people get stretched, and once I am stretched to a new height, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now peace is more accessible because you've already challenged those limits. And that's what it's about for me, really taking people away that gives them that space. You got monkeys outside the door, raccoons that walk around like humans and open your refrigerator if you leave the door unlocked, So it's like, all right, what are you doing? And so we had those experiences for people, and especially a couple really was really awesome, because we got to watch them go from this is my ex-husband to, all right, we're in love and our life is straight, like, wow. And nice. So to get them not only there for themselves, but to have her put them actually put it in testimonials and videos, and to really, so people can start to get what we do with people. Like, if there's no peace in your life, then you have no access to living. Like, it really is like that. And so helping people find that level of peace at a retreat like that, and taking them away. And it's different than the US. Like, all of a sudden we take you away to Nicaragua, pretty much your phone is not going to work most of the time. So let's detach from all that stuff and get into the soul and get primal again. So it's and reconnect and see what it looks like to have that conversation with spirit that says, okay, now that I got spirit back on my team, I'm unstoppable.
Nice.
Yeah.
What is it like, and what is it like to see transformation in a positive direction through your eyes of somebody or a couple? What is that like for you?
Uh, well, and not that it's old hat because I've seen it so much, yet it is. It's what I expect. Like as soon as someone says, "I really want to be together," all right, well then, all right, cool. We're gonna walk to that. We're gonna get there quickly and send you packing. Like I work with a lot of people. They come in and they're like, "Yeah, I was with my therapist for 23 years." Well, damn. I don't. One, I ain't got time for that. Like 23 years. Now I ain't trying to give up 23 years of my time to get someone in some place that they could get to a lot quicker. So to watch someone transform in from that space of like they go from zero piece to 10, 0 out of 10 to 10 out of 10, that's an amazing place. And now, fortunately we have this. I know there's a lot of places people could go and begin to find something different than what they've known. But I'm not sure that most of these retreats, people have not yet put together a support system. Having that space for someone to come to Clubhouse 5 days a week and get on the meditations and our new app that's coming and all these things, so they have the support to maintain that in their life. That's an important part of it too. And so watching the transformations from people, it never gets old. I'll say that. It never gets old to see somebody go from, man, I'm angry as hell to, wow, I feel good about life. I actually want to go create this, that, and the other. How can I get involved with this? Like that inspires me in so many different ways, whether it's an athlete, a mother or father or sister or brother or kids, whoever, to watch them be empowered in their life. And what really shows up is more down the line when those moments come back and it's a few years later and I haven't seen those people and they're like different people. That's what it makes it all worth it for sure.
Well, I absolutely love that you never get tired of it, because some people will say, "Yeah, it's just another transformation." But uh, I love how you said that you never get tired of it, and it's just wonderful to see how you continue to help people with transformation into the being that they want to be.
Right. Right.
So I think that's really good. So, how long were you in Nicaragua for?
We were there for 5 days. 5 days.
Nice.
The one we already scheduled for June. We're taking people back June 22nd through the 25th. And if someone really wants to get to know me, they can stay back and hang. My birthday's on the 26th. Because I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to have a good time.
So, how did you feel? How did you feel after coming back from Nicaragua? What did you have any new revelations, or did the vision come even more clear for you about Nicaragua?
Well, it really did, because back in 2011, when I first went to Nicaragua, and then we went and they brought me into the Nicaraguan embassy in DC, and I got to meet the people of Nicaragua. And so what's beautiful about the place, when I first went, it was a bunch of Americans that went and built this beautiful facility called Aqua. And then Aqua Resorts. And since now it's owned by the locals.
Nice.
Yeah. So that part was different, because it was like, I'm really helping the people of Nicaragua, and that was really cool to watch them move. And now, and then they're like, Sid, we really want you to come back, blah, blah, blah. So it was easy to schedule and be back there. Like, and then coming home, I mean, I live in paradise. I created my life on purpose.
Right.
So I'm at the beach one way or another,
Yep.
So we already built that life of coming home to vacation.
I like that.
If I'm going away to work, I got to come home to vacation.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's fantastic. And what, anything else going on in any other avenues? Because you always got a number of different things going on.
Well, first I'll say we've got this app coming out. It's under approval, so we're waiting for approval from Apple. And the app is, for people to have access to the path for peace for free. Like, we're building this app that they can walk down the path in many ways, and then they can take it further if they want as well. And so I'm excited about that, because then it's my first producer of music. He used to say, Sid, how are we going to get the Church of Sid into everybody's house? I feel like this app is going to truly bring that level of expression in a way that people can have access no matter where they are. I mean, everybody's walking around with a smartphone, right? Like, I don't know how smart the phone gets and people get dumber, but if we can really bring something forward, which this app is doing, that allows people to stay smart so they don't have to have their phone all the time, and can keep peace. One day I left my phone in the car once. I was at Whole Foods, and the lady was like, "Oh, what's your Prime number?" And I was like, "Well, it's my phone number," and it wasn't working. So she's like, "Well, do you have your phone?" I'm like, "Nah, I left my phone in the car." She freaked out. "You did what? Oh my God, where's your phone?" Like, nah, people need to learn how to have that kind of peace without this phone thing. Like, you and I and many people that are still alive, there weren't cell phones. And, you had to have a little faith that your child was just okay and taken care of when they weren't connectable, and the fact that we have lost that sense of peace, that the app is going to help people get that back, so they can have faith that their child is in the care of God. Like, is there anything greater than that? Like, no. So that's one big thing. And then I'm writing 4 books, so hey, you only live once, at least this life. I don't know. I do believe in reincarnation. And what if I never come back to this? So I'm going to do everything I can do right now. So I'm writing 4 books and excited about that. If the right publisher is listening to this, hit me up, please, because I'm tired of self-publishing. I'm an international best-selling author. I don't want to do that. I'm ready to go. This is ready to roll. So I'm excited about these books because they're flowing, and I've let people read excerpts from it, and people write back, "Oh my God, I was crying. It changed my life." So they haven't even read the whole book yet. So I'm excited for it, for sure.
Wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
Well, enough going on, but let's continue our journey about peace. And tonight, Sid wanted to talk about living life connected. Peace is the power to live by. So why did you want to chat about this evening?
Well, I got challenged. And that's why we had to move from Tuesdays. I got challenged to go find a space, rent it out, open it up that people could just come for free and teach what I would want to be. So my fullest expression is to be connected in a way that allows me to live life to the fullest in every way. No worries, health at extreme health. I'm 52 and I'm out there jumping on a board and having a good time. Like, there's a lot of 52-year-olds that couldn't do that, right? So that's part of it. So, and then financial abundance, being able to take care of everything and live your life on vacation, everything. So that's why. So we moved it to today, because on Tuesdays I'm doing that here in Jacksonville for free for people, and we also did it on Clubhouse so people could tune in and get that level of teaching. And so that's what it is. I really am in this space of, all right, I'm gonna give as much as I can, and see how that rolls. And so when I was challenged by Neil Donald Walsh, you probably know him, he wrote Conversations with God, and he said, "This is what I hear you need to do." So I was like, man, I'm a yes. I say yes unless I really need to say no. And so when he asked that and requested, I said, all right, I'll report back next week. So yesterday was the first time that we did that, and it was I mean, there was, gosh, it was, I think 90 something people came through.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I purposely said, all right, I'm going to let this thing just happen. So I'm not going to advertise. I'm going to put it up. People can find it if they find it. It's on Meetup. It's on our website. And yeah, there's that, so that's living life connected, to be able to open things up that doesn't take all this crazy forced effort, and peace is the power to live by. I mean, that's kind of my mantra in a grand way. Like, why can I get on what today was just epic on the surfboard, and I'm still in happiness about that. And so yet it was just like, all right, I'm paddling. Okay, wave took me, stand up. Oh, bend my knees, stand up, bend my knees, stand up, turn, feel like that level of flow. It's just, you're either at peace with it or you're not. Like, to surf, you either learn how to get peaceful with yourself or you fall off the board. And so I love that essence. And I'm in search for the perfect wave. Someday I'm gonna ride that 35 footer and be like, yeah, all right, buddy, here we go.
Good stuff. I wanted to divide the two parts of the title here. I want you to talk about, you always hear, oh, I have a connection with you. I want to connect with you. What does connectivity look like or feel like through your lens?
Say that again, because you cut out. Right.
Okay, there. No problem. Living life connected. What does being connected look like through your lens? Because we always say, oh, I want to connect with you. Da, da, da. What does that look like from Sid's lens?
Well, first of all, I'd have to say that being connected, we're always connected. So if I want to connect with you, I really don't know what it is to be connected, because I can never be anything but connected to you. Like, you're in Canada, I'm in Florida, US, yep. Right? We're connected by many miles and many atoms in between. You could actually trace atoms that go directly from me to you without touching anything else. It'd make it under the crack in my door, head out, dodge all the cars, keep going, do all its weaving until boom, it's plugged right into Dr. Vibe. So living life connected is the only thing that there is. Now, the more I become aware of that connection, the more I can access everything that happens in that connection. So when someone says, I want to connect with you, well, where you been? Like, we are connected. Now, I get that we can turn that connection up a bit, like we are right now. We're having a conversation that amplifies this connection, but we always have the connection. So it's really one major part of the illusion to me is that we can disconnect. Can't do that. It's impossible. It's the law of one,
So,
yeah.
So based on what you're sharing with me, and correct me if I'm wrong, are people not getting what connection really is? Or is it such an individual, or it's such an individual thing you can't really put it's not right for me to get a blanket statement like that.
Yeah, I mean, people get it on their level of what it means to them, yet when I sit with that, for me, it's like enlightenment. Connection, enlightenment, they're synonyms in many ways. So enlightenment, everybody's enlightened. If you weren't enlightened and you're in a human body, you'd be dead. Right? Like, you'd be dead. So in that sense, everybody is enlightened. Now turn the light all the way up. It's like the light's in. Darkness is called there's no light. Mm-hmm. Enlightened, bring the light in, turn it all the way up. Same thing with the connection. You're connected. Now make the connection count for something.
Good stuff. This is a good subject, as always. You always bring up good subjects. Have you always been at a good level of connectivity with yourself?
A good level, yeah. This level, no.
Okay. So how did it go from good to where it's at now?
Gotcha. So, well, one, I just kept becoming more and more aware of myself. And what does it look like to tap in to raise myself out of the normal vibration? When I say the normal vibration, what was normal for me was every change of season, I used to catch like a sore throat, especially when I was coaching football. Sore throat from change of season often meant I was raising my voice on the football field, so my voice would go and things like that. Then I stopped playing with that. Like literally, I told myself, I don't need amoxicillin anymore. I'm not going to entertain this feeling that comes in my body, and I'm going to raise up. So when I look at this 3D world that we live in, that we operate, there's my cup on my desk, there's books behind me, there's the surfboard back there, all these different things in this 3D world. I can transform this 3D world into a higher dimension and be connected in both spaces. Now, this is getting a little out there for someone's mind if they're not already tapped into that. Yet, there's another level of connectivity. Like my words are coming out of my mouth, the sound, the vibration, and you can hear the vibration. That's a different level of connectivity. And you can't see right now, unless we, got a lot, you could probably measure the heat coming out of my mouth and things like that. But right now I don't see my voice, but I hear it. It's a different level of connection. So now can I tap into all of that?
Nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. How many people do you coach or mentor about this topic?
Well, first, there's layers to that. When we talk about a quest for peace, there's layers. Someone has to first see, like I had to go through all the layers. I had to first see that what I thought was happening to me, I was actually creating. So that's the beginning. I got to see, all right, how am I creating everything, which means I have to be accountable for my life. I have to learn to listen. I have to do all the initial steps in the foundation of how things work. And then, so I just got through meeting with a CFO of a company, and we went a lot deeper, quicker, because he had already done a lot of that foundational work. He knew how to listen. He wasn't blaming everybody else, and yet he wasn't necessarily tapping into what was being created. And as soon as we got there, the whole company, the person, they brought someone into their company and said, all right, we want you to look at all of our stuff and see the mission. What is our mission? And then the person wrote it up. And when we got to the last week, the person contacted them and said, hey, I think your mission just shifted. I need to get back to you. Now that happened. It really happened for him because he shifted on the inside. And so his communication in that company is totally different. So there's that. I mean, it keeps going until it's not going. I mean, it just is what it is.
Wow. When you mentioned about layers to get there, how many different layers do you usually have to go with someone to get to that peace to power? Or do you have a certain, or is it different with different with different clients? Obviously, you mentioned that person there the CFO, they were already coachable, it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends. Like, I will say there's the foundational level to actually getting to a deeper awareness around the fact that people are operating in a certain way. If your life ain't working, this is a free tip. If your life ain't working, then you are operating in a way that life doesn't work. It really is just like that. So now, once someone becomes really aware of that and they realize they have somewhere else that they want it to work like, all right, now we're going to start. Now we start to play the game. Now we start to get on the field, and, you know, then the coach comes out. It's like, all right, I'm gonna tell you something. You either take it or you don't. If you want to run into the wall, keep running, butting your head against the wall. When you want to stop running into the wall, then here's the next step. And, you know, getting to a place of, all right, you're operating from fear. No matter how strong your life is, and until you know that you're operating from fear, you're operating from fear. I mean, otherwise the world would look different. So then that's a whole nother level of access, operating from love.
Peace is the power to live by. How can someone turn peace to power, which you and I'm sure Liz have done, and many people that you've helped transform? How can one turn their peace into power? Or is it just good to stay with peace and not use it for power?
Well, peace is the power. Like, there's something that is fueling everything. The part where people get stuck with, like, oh, I want to be powerful. Nah, that space of power comes from a fear, a need for control. To be at peace with it and have that access of that level of power is different, because peace is the foundation. When there's peace, I then gain access to love, which looks like optimism, looks like hope, looks like joy, looks like freedom, looks like all these other things that most people say they want in their life. So you have that. Then there's, underneath the foundation of peace is fear. All the things, control, anxiousness, shame, guilt, pain, all of that's underneath, as if something wasn't meant for your life in the first place. So that need for power is different than peace is the power, if you're following me.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Do you feel, okay, let me put it this way. What majority of your clients, what percentage have peace in their life right now? Or do the majority of your clients come up to you because they don't have peace?
Which is pretty much everybody. Like, I've been probed by some major CEOs trying to figure out, is this guy for real? Is this just fake? Is this guy? And I'm just like, hey man, it's good. Like, okay, cool. I see where you're at. This is how that is. And they're like, damn. I mean, this guy vetted me for 130 days. We met 130 days.
Hold on a second. How many days?
130 straight. 130 days straight for almost 4 hours a day, so that he could figure out if I was at peace like that or not. And then finally I was like, all right, bro, thank you. Because now I know I'm at 100% peace, because you really tried to go after me in every way and none of them hit. Like, I could fake it. You know, anyone could fake it, right? I could sit there, but I actually had to look inside of myself and say, all right, is this real or not? So when I say I'm at 100% peace, I know that the universe is going to come back and challenge that. So I can hold that for myself. And I've yet to meet somebody that's at 100% peace other than myself, looking in the mirror. Like, and I've got a very peaceful wife. She's close.
She's close. Oh my goodness. Is there anything right now that can alter your peace?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one I don't know yet. And in case my parents see this, I love you. It's okay. I'm good. I won't know until my parents are gone if I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, certain things you don't know until they really happen. Yet I will say is where I sit. And I try not to smile about this in case somebody sees.
Just be yourself, man. Shut your mouth.
And you know, I'm not trying to disrupt anybody's feelings about that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that my children
By the way, someone's laughing right now.
Yeah,
You couldn't get away with it. You couldn't get away with it, brother.
Yeah, I don't even want to try to touch that, because now if I touch that, then I'm putting it out to the universe. Everything starts with a thought. So I'd rather it just be, do I need to create that thought? Do I even need to do I even need to dance? I've only had 2 people. Those that know me have known me for about since I left football, about 2003. Anybody that's known me since then, I pretty much have said I'm gonna live to 300. Now, in the beginning, it was like, I'm manifesting this, but now it's like, damn, I don't even have to manifest it. All I gotta do is let it be. That's an option for me. So I don't like to put jokes into the world, because there's a hidden message there that I'm putting to the universe. So I'd rather just let it be.
It's interesting you mention about parents passing away. We haven't chatted for a bit, but I just want to give you some insight of some of my journey this year, that I've been a pallbearer for 3 of my dad's friends passing away. And then one of his very, 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 very close friends passed away about a month ago. And the family asked me to read the will. But I felt peaceful about it. I felt peaceful about it, because in the will, and I had seen it beforehand, he had me listed as one of the executive powers of attorney. So in a short span in this year, I've had to be a pallbearer at 3 funerals and read someone's will. And I feel peaceful about it.
Now,
go ahead.
My question for you is,
I know you got one.
I've been doing this. Like, I used to actually, if I needed to shed some crocodile tears, I would just think about my mom dying, and I'd be like, because I'd go deep into that. Well, I think in the inquiry and in the acting of that, I actually am good. What about that one?
No, that's cool with me. I'll give you, and it's interesting. I'm just thinking here as we and family, this is the way Sid and I chat, whether we're out in front of you or behind you. This is the way we roll. When I just thought about the peace is power to live by. I don't know if I think I've told you this, but I'll bring it up again. And I think I may have mentioned to people, my dad about 3 or 4 years ago called me, and he sat me down and he said, "Here's my will." And he said, "My funeral's paid for, and I don't owe nobody nothing." That hit me. I said, that is peace. That you have peace with everybody that is of importance with you. I've never.
I don't know if that's peace, though.
Huh?
I mean, that you can get peace there, yet it could be possibly disrupted. And like, let's say magically, because actually, I don't know about Canada because I don't live in Canada. If you have a social security number in the United States of America, you owe the U.S.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's we got that sort of stuff here. Yeah, we got
Okay, so
we call it a social insurance number. You have a social security number. So for me at that time, that was one of the most powerful statements. I said, and it come from my dad even meant more for me. So when you at this point of your journey say you've got peace and that's the power you live by, it makes me think of my dad.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will say that I continue to prepare to make sure that, let's say Liz goes to 300. Well, then she's got 17 without me. And in that sense, I want to make sure, I have peace about it, yet I am executing to make sure that she's solid no matter what, I'm here on this side of the dirt or not, yeah, I'm at peace with it. Yet I'm proactive about how I'm going to deliver that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Want to talk to you about
a little bit of time.
The word power. What is power to Sid now compared to what was power to Sid 10 years ago?
Power 10 years ago meant I needed to create something. Like I had to have the power. Power to me now means, man, there's a power already here. Can I be at such peace with it that it flows with me all the time? That, oh, wait a minute, my toe doesn't, right now I got this little tingling going on in my toe. Like, oh, where's the power? Can I pull the power through the peace that allows that to just keep moving? Or do I want to play with it and create who knows what? Because I just felt a little tingling in my body. So it used to be that I had to control the power, which was a fear. Like now it's like, I got the power. I just get to ride the wave of it. Like when it comes in, it's like, yo, this is the way. That's why I love surfing. I'm telling you, it's just, I am riding the waves all the time, the waves of life. Like I knew today I just had to get on the water because I the last 2 days I walked out there and I was like, dang, it's jumping off. And today I was just like, I'm not even going out there until I can go out there with my surfboard in hand. And I just went out and rode the wave. And that's how I feel like life is for me right now, like in search of the perfect wave. And when it comes, I just ride that one as long as I can ride it. All right, I might have to paddle back out and ride the next one that comes. And it's happening so good on the ocean that I'm like, man, I'm starting to ride these waves off the ocean. And that's just phenomenal. Like it's just this, it's a whole different way of being inside of me where I'm just like in this happiness, this like, damn, this really got here. Now, the reason why I'm writing the first book, The Autobiography of a Modern Monk, is because most people think, oh, Sid got there. I didn't just fall off the turnip truck and get it. Like I had to go from 3 years old when I can remember taking on the anger to 52 where I can say I'm at 100% peace. So people need to see that book. Like, what does that really look like to go through racism, to go through divorces, to go through being less of the man that I was raised in a sense to be, because it didn't make sense in the marriages that I was in, right? And when I say that, it's like still looking outside of my marriage to find happiness, looking outside of my relationships. And I'm at peace with that. That's why I can talk about it. Like, how many people do you know that can actually just spit out, this is what I did, and I'm cool with it? Like I made this video on Instagram. It's like, I'm not asking you to like me, but I like myself. I'm not asking you to love me, but I love myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not asking you to fight for me because I will fight for myself. And until you've walked 1,000 miles in my shoes, don't worry about it. I'm good with that. And some people are not good with.
No, I know that. I hear you. I hear you that. I hear you that.
Can you be good with you too? And that's peace is the power to live by. I'm so at peace with that. Damn. It feels right. Like, it's just like, hey, I'm at peace with it and I'm gonna roll with it. And it just feels so good to be here. And it's a journey.
Sure. One of my mentors in my younger days would say, Sid is bold, sold, and told.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about sold, but I'm sold on peace. I'll give
peace.
You that.
Exactly.
Because, you know, when you said sold, I was like, damn,
no, sold on peace.
Ain't no slaves up in this.
One of the members of the Dr. Vibe family, Tila, great to see you. Until you've walked 1,000 miles in my shoes. Words to live by, right?
Yeah. Like, my tests are my testimonies. Don't get it twisted. So don't come in here and play in that stuff. Like, my tests that I've been through are my testimonies because I'm here. Now, where are your tests? Have you made it here? Because if not, go do your test. Go through your test. Live your test. Be with your test. Because I love me. Like, man, that's such a good feeling to be able to say that and honestly say it and put it out into the world and say, I love me. Now, just like a hornet's nest, I'm at peace. Don't come kick this hornet's nest too often. You know, because I'm at peace with that too. Like, hey, it's good. It's really good. Really good.
What actions do you take when you feel your peace is being threatened?
Well, one, I'm careful with this one because, like, you know, I take what an action is appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm letting the universe know I'm gonna take whatever action is appropriate. Let's, you know, Bob Marley said, if you have to lock your door, it's your fault. Well, you come through my door unlocked or locked, you might catch that hornet's nest. Right? Like, that's real. Like, I'm gonna be real with it because that just is what it is. So I do what's appropriate. Like, some people say being mean is a bad thing. Well, that expression that leads to mean, the opposite of that is kind. The expression of being mean says I'm protected. So I actually want to be able to be mean when it's appropriate, which looks like me being protected. And I also want to be kind when it's appropriate, because too kind looks like I played victim in your life. I'm not playing victim to your mean. So I got to be appropriate. I got to be able to be kind and protected and be at peace with that. When it's time to be protected, the lion's happy. The lion just wagging its tail, doing its thing. Still, the lion has to be the lion. And it's still okay being the lion, but to most people that looks furious. But the lion's at peace with it when it's got blood all over it and it's doing its thing. It's just being a lion. So if you call for the lion, Sid's gonna bring the lion. That's just the way it is. Yeah, I'm in a rare space right now, man.
Yeah, man, we got you on rare air, man. Is it just a Wednesday night thing? It's a Wednesday night thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be just the shift in the week. It's hump day. I'm getting over the hump.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And Tila is saying something was clearly calling me to check in with you all. Glad to hear this because I probably needed to. And then balance is what we need spiritually. When is the yin yang? Where is the yin yang emoji?
Right on.
That's good, Tila. Good stuff. I'm really appreciating the conversation. Oh, hold on. She found it.
Yeah, there you go. It is like, you know, I was writing this in my book. You know, we used to have that conversation on, what was that thing we had? Are you man enough? And we used to remember at one point, everybody wanted to talk about divine masculine, divine feminine. Yeah. And it would always get lost on man needs to be in the masculine more, and women are taking on the masculine, and men need more feminine energy like the women and all this stuff. So I've been sitting with that, and it's divine power and divine grace. And everybody has both. Now, sometimes you got to access the divine power. Sometimes you have to access the divine grace. And it's not a man or woman thing. It's everybody thing. And sometimes you just got to be able to access them both.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Just continuing on our yin yang theme, Tila goes, and it's purple too.
Yes. I'm not even going to touch the purple thing right now.
Okay.
Yep.
There's something with it, but that's good, my brother. As we start winding it down, what do you want to have as any sort of closing thoughts? Actually, before we get closing thoughts, what's next for you? Like, I saw that you have another online conference coming up.
Yep. October 23rd, we got the Art of Peaceful Living Peace Summit. That's on the 23rd. Someone can go to the website and register, because people are starting to register. There's, it's on Zoom, so there's limited space. And then the next one, because we do it 4 times a year, the next one will be in person and on Zoom. We've got some in-person things coming up here in Jacksonville. Sunday, we've got breath work, and that's a game changer for a lot of people, helping take off the layers so someone can access peace in that way. We've got a lot of stuff going on. And biggest thing is I'm working on these books and really looking for, I'm going to say it again, the right
publisher. For sure. The publisher.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good things coming up. Go
ahead. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. You got it.
No, I'm speaking that definitely there will be a publisher, the right publisher, coming down your tracks in the right time.
Right on. I mean, I'm telling you, this book is one. I've already written books and in books of international best-selling author and things like that, and they don't come close to what's happening with this book.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm putting that out there. Like, it's really that powerful. Like, I go back and read it myself, and I'm like, yeah, that's hitting right there. Now, my writing has changed. Before I was just writing a book. Then it became, I was writing a book with more expression. Then I wrote with, it took me 10 years to write a movie script. So we got the Nahi movie script. And that level of writing is a whole nother level of expression. So now when I went back and wrote this book, it just has more life to it. And it's, it's telling my story with a whole lot of pizzazz in it. It's like I've finally been able to, the way I tell stories, to pull it out in a book that someone can actually be there with it and feel it and go on the quest for themselves.
How is that feeling inside of you, seeing your progression, seeing your own transformation when it comes to book writing? How does that feel inside of you?
Well, when I am writing, what it feels like is I'm not alone writing. Like, I'm not pulling it from up here. I'm just writing, and it's flowing through. Nice. So that looked like learning how to have that access to calling in the support that I do when I'm writing. So that's how it shows up in a feeling. When I go back and read it, and I'm like, man, especially when people told me I needed to be held back in school and things like that. You're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Your son's not going to be able to read. Well, I know none of them are international best-selling authors. So there's that. There's that feeling of like, all right, I defied the garbage that was put on me.
Right.
And that's like, I was meeting with this young lady. I'm about to work with this young lady. She's a high school basketball player. And she has, her statement is, I need to work with you because I need to gain confidence. I'm like, oh, that's a done deal. You need to be confident right now. I've seen you play. Let's erase that. Whoever told you that you shouldn't be confident, that they didn't meet me, and I'm telling you, you're going to be a superstar. and it's it. We're going to live into that. And that, so I appreciate being able to speak into someone's existence, speak into my own self, to look in the mirror and say, damn, I really do love myself. Good thing. It's a good thing.
Oh, beautiful. I think that's a great way to end the conversation. Sid is back a month from now on a Wednesday night, not Tuesday, family, Wednesday. The contact information has been going throughout the conversation at the bottom. If you want to reach out to Sid, have a discovery call. Him and Liz are very good at what they do.
Yeah, next time I might have to have Liz sit right here.
That'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. That'd be a good thing.
She needs to, she doesn't sending them laughter emojis. She needs to be right here.
I think it's time to finish this for today. Oh, well, we got another comment here. Tila has a great last comment. We do God's work when we uplift others.
Yes.
Received. Fantastic. Well, my brother, thanks again. We gotta catch up. I'm sure there's some other things that are missing that we haven't talked about. Always blessings to you, Liz, both your families and the community that you serve. Remember to give yourselves grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy, and we'll be in touch.
Yes. Appreciate you.
All right back at you. Keep the faith. And that is it. Another epic conversation. And man, I've known Sid for a while. He's at another level, family. He is at another level. And I'm just blessed to be in that environment for 51 minutes. I'll take whatever I can get. So family, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. You can watch replays or get in contact with me at thedrvibeshow.com. That's the website. You can contact me via email, dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. You can catch me YouTube and Facebook, The Dr. Vibe Show, Twitter at drvibeshow, and Instagram, the drvibeshow. Now, I'm going to make a suggestion. Wherever you're watching, subscribe to wherever you're watching this epic conversation. We'll finish off with this. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions, then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourselves grace. And Tila says, thank you so much, Dr. Vibe. Have a great evening. We'll also thank Sid. He made it a great evening. So God bless. Peace, well, keep the faith, walk good, and we'll see you soon.